What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats wonder why we're skeptical of climate change. And it's not just because, their numbers are a little wonky and they tend to not be trustworthy at all. It's just that, stories like this from the post-millennium. Elderly man charged with setting the Yosemite Park fire after Dems blamed it on climate change. Let's read. An elderly California man has been arrested in connection with a massive forest fire that swept through Yosemite National Park in July of 2022. Edward Frederick Wackerman, 71, was taken into custody on June 16th following an investigation that lasted nearly a year. The blaze, known as the Oak Fire, was originally attributed to climate change by many Democrats, including California Senator Alex Padilla, who used the incident as an opportunity to push his environmental agenda. Wackerman appeared in court on June 20th and is being held on a no-bail detention order. Wackerman will not appear in court on September 14th, 2023, according to Mariposa County District Attorney Walter Wall. Sheriff Jeremy Brees reiterated that the fires were deliberately set and not accidental. He said that Wackerman became a suspect early on in the investigation, and authorities were able to attain probable cause to perform an arrest. At the time of the fire, however, many Democrats pushed the narrative that it had been caused by climate change. Worsening drought and severe weather will only continue to put lives and property at risk from wildfire if we don't take climate action now. Climate crusader Al Gore said the survival of our civilization is at stake in an interview discussing how quickly the blaze had spread. Wackerman is a longtime member of the Mariposa County community and has experience as a firefighter. According to the Washington Free Beacon, he was also a Democrat, of course, and gave money to many left-wing causes, including a $1,000 donation to Tim Ryan's 2022 Senate campaign and a $400 donation to the Lincoln Project. Now, guys, the supply of climate crises out there is clearly not meeting the demand. I mean, that's really the reality of this situation. You look at these people who are pushing this climate change agenda. They're obsessed with it. They've essentially based their entire lives around it. You see people protesting in the streets, blocking roadways, and you see some funny videos of some of them being ripped off the roadway so that people can just get to work, but the supply of climate crises out there is not meeting the demand. And the reality of the situation is that a forest fire is not a climate crisis. Forest fires do happen naturally. Hurricanes happen naturally. Tornadoes, floods, torrential rains, like these things happen naturally. But every single major weather event that's happening today is instantly being tossed up as climate change. And I'm sorry, this is just another reason why we are skeptical. And then, of course, you got dinguses like this who are willing to put lives in danger to push an agenda. Now, they're saying we don't know his motive yet. Let's just assume he wants to push the climate change agenda. I mean, my goodness, the guy's a Democrat. The guy's been, donating to Democrats. Most likely someone who believes in the climate change agenda. Why else would he start this fire? Unless, of course, he's just a psychopath, which is also quite likely. Or, maybe it's both. The point here being is, hey, Democrats, you're wondering why we're skeptical. This is why. We see things like this that you guys are doing, and we say, why are they so quick to blame things on climate change? Why are they so quick to say that, this black guy got attacked, it's automatically racism? Why are they so quick to do that? Why are they so quick to blame things and push their agenda in every single situation? It used to be that when something like a school shooting happened, we would take some time to, mourn and have some, have some time to let the bodies get cold before we try to use them for our political agenda. But now, I mean, my goodness, as soon as something like that happens, Dems just lose it over guns. As soon as something like this happens, Dems just lose it over climate change. Just assuming everything fits their agenda. Oh, that's just one more thing that happens. There's another forest fire. There's a hurricane. There's this, there's that. That automatically means I'm right. Guys, when you look at the reality of climate change, and here's the thing, I'm not someone who doesn't believe in climate change. I do believe that climate changes. I just don't know how much, and I just don't know how much is caused by human tampering. Okay? Being skeptical of something doesn't mean that I don't believe in it. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in it. Okay? So my point of this is you look at the history of climate change. These quote-unquote climate scientists have been making large accusations and statements about what is going to happen in our climate for decades, bro. When I was a kid, I was growing up in a small town in rural Kentucky, okay? Small town, Danville, Kentucky, okay? When I was growing up there, the talk, the climate talk back then, when I was a wee lad, was there's going to be another ice age. Oh, there's going to be another ice age. We're all going to be frozen. Everything's just going to be covered in ice and snow, and it's going to be, it's going to be another ice age. You better get ready now. Every house needs a fireplace. Every house, I don't know. I was a kid at the time. I do know that they were saying there's going to be another ice age. Then, fast forward. Oh, everything's global warming. All the warming is happening. We're warming too fast. All the ice caps are going to melt and they're going to flood the entire earth and we're all going to die. And then when, all of those predictions, because they were saying that was going to happen by like 2016. Yeah, that didn't happen. And so when that didn't happen, of course they just changed it to climate change. Oh, we didn't get the ice age right. Oh, we didn't get the global warming right. Well, let's just climate change. Because, they can't say that we're wrong then, because that's just a neutral term, right? This is the problem that we have with you guys, Democrats. You don't just get to say that every single weather event is climate change, and you don't just get to assume that every forest fire is climate change, clearly. And the second thing that I'm most worried about is, once again, Democrats like this are willing to see you die for their climate agenda. Do we not understand how psychotic that is? This man, a Democrat, was willing to see people burned alive in their homes so that we could have a climate conversation. Guys, I don't know, man. I think that we need to start asking ourselves the question, do we want to live in a country with these people? With people like this? Now, I'm very happy that this man has been arrested and that this man is more than likely going to face time in prison for starting these fires. Very happy about that. But just the fact that this man was so politicized and so caught up in his left-wing psychosis that he was willing to burn people alive in a forest fire that he started. There were over 127 residential homes that were burned in this forest fire. that were burned down completely. Luckily, no one got hurt. But this man was willing to see you die, to see your family burned to a crisp. Think about that. Think about that. This man was willing to watch your kids burned alive for a climate agenda. And then I say once again, they wonder why we're skeptical. One, because your numbers don't always match up. Your predictions don't match up. Almost like there's not a single climate agenda, prediction that has come true. Not a single one. By 2010 we're going to be in an ice age. By 2016 we're going to be, the world's going to be flooded because of global warming. Not a single one of these things has come true. Not a single one. And there's predictions that go back even further that also didn't come true. They keep saying these things to build up fear, to produce fear in us so that we will believe their agenda, so that we'll donate to them, so that we'll give them our votes. And then when that doesn't work, they'll just start a forest fire that could kill your family. I don't know, man. We really might need to start asking ourselves that question. Do we want to live in a country with people who are willing to slaughter you, who are willing to burn you alive over politics? And don't get me wrong. I'm a political guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly in the news. I'm constantly reading things. I'm constantly watching different programs, trying to get all of the different angles on a news story because that's just something that interests me. It really is. I tend to be kind of a history, political nut, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to burn anybody alive over it. I'm not willing to kill anybody over politics. The Democrats are, though. Clearly. You look at Antifa, who will beat you in the head over with a rock. We saw that. We've seen video of Antifa hitting an elderly man with a rock over the head, knocking him unconscious over politics, over a climate agenda. And now, of course, we see this guy starting a forest fire, intentionally willing to burn people alive over their climate agenda. All I'm going to say is this, guys. All I'm going to say is this. I don't know a whole lot about this whole climate change thing, okay? I'm a little skeptical, okay? I don't know all the numbers. That's all I know is that their predictions are not coming true and that this guy intentionally started this fire so that he could push this agenda. Why if the climate agenda, if climate change is so obvious, then why do you have to lie in order to push the agenda? Why do you have to create a hoax in order to push the agenda? Why do you have to put people's lives in danger and almost get people killed in order to push this agenda? If it's so obvious and you're so right and the science has been settled for so long, then why do you have to create a hoax? Why do you have to lie? This is why we're skeptical. And we're also skeptical of Democrats in general because of their willingness to kill people for politics. I'm going to ask again, guys. Are we totally sure that we want to live in this country with these people? Now, I'm not suggesting you go commit violence against them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want these people and their agenda gone, Get off of your butts in the next election and go whip their butts at the polls. Overload the system. If you think, they stole the election last time, it doesn't matter. If they allowed you, if your vote mattered, they wouldn't actually let you do it. It's like, screw all that. Screw all that noise. Get off your butt and go vote. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care if you think that the elections are fake. I don't care. You don't get to complain about the Democrats if you're not at least going to get off your butt and go vote against them. You don't get to complain about these things. You gave up your right when you chose not to vote. You gave up your ability to complain when you chose not to vote. If you're not going to be a part of the system and you're not going to be a part of all of this that we're trying to change, then go sit on your butt, eat your Cheetos, and go watch TV. Let the adults handle things, okay? But if you're going to sit there and you're going to complain, then the least that you can do is get off your butt and do something about it. Go vote. Go to the polls. Go try to get people to, change their mind. Go talk to people. Get in the streets and protest. Get off your butts. Because say what you want to say about Democrats. At least they're willing to organize. At least they're willing to actually back up what they believe. But I know a lot of conservatives that will sit on their butts at the dinner table and complain, but when it comes time for election, they don't vote. When it comes time to go out and protest, they don't protest. We have to be better. We have to change our ways if we want to get this agenda gone and go back to having a normal country, if we ever freaking had one. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I will have another episode coming for you guys on Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye-bye.